So if you know the dates, just search, okay. I want to log on to the YouTube so that we can record the training. So if you know the dates, just, all right. So, okay. All right. Hello. I hope you can hear me. Good morning. Hello.
Yes, we can hear.
Okay. I just want to be sure that you can hear me. All right. Now, like I said, we're gonna be rolling up. We're gonna look at something interesting today before we go into other areas. This training, this presentation is being recorded. You can just Google Pillarcom Real Estate seminar. It will bring it up for you so that you can watch it in case the internet log you out of this meeting and then you want to come back again to watch what we've done. So you can just go online and Google it. Now, before we commence any activities now, let's call on someone to give us, Mrs. Justina, long time no hear from you. Mrs. Justina, good morning, ma'am. Long time no hear from you. No, if you can hear us, Mrs. Justina, oh, I guess your audio is not, your audio is not on. Okay. Madam Veronica, okay, just unmute the mic and give us opening prayer. Madam Veronica, unmute the mic and give us opening prayer. If you can hear us, just unmute the mic, give us opening prayer. Hello, we can't hear you. Hello. Okay, I get her. She's having a net. She's having an issue with everything. Okay, so Mr. Julius, you can pray for us. Mr. Julius Folari, unmute your mic and give us opening prayer. Mr. Julius, are you there with us? Mr. Julius. Okay, let's call on Elizabeth. Elizabeth, if you can hear us, unmute your mic. Let's open prayer. Elizabeth. Okay.
Good morning, house.
Good morning.
Quickly pray. In Jesus' name.
Amen.
In the mighty name of Jesus. Father, we commit all that we are doing and all that we will do. We commit it into thy hands, Lord. Father, you said in everything we should give thanks. We give thanks, Father, for this day in the name of Jesus.
Amen.
Father, King of brief meeting, oh Lord, Father, we will learn and assimilate what we have been taught in the name of Jesus.
Amen.
Father, King of all that we do today, Father, King of Kings, we will have full cause to glorify your holy name. For in Jesus' mighty name we have prayed.
Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Amen. All right. Thank you very much for that brief prayer.
My network is bad, though. I will leave.
So, can you, your network, are you?
It's too bad. It's not connecting well.
We're looking at something interesting. Basically, it is called the real estate terminologies. Real estate terminologies. The real estate terminologies. Now, this is one area that some realtors or real estate consultants or agents are having challenges on. We're going to take these terminologies today. I'm also going to take it again next week. So the terminology itself, why terminologies? You know, most times the best way to convince clients or prospects that you actually know what you're doing, or you actually know your business, or you actually have what it takes to meet their expectation. Now, one way that you can convince the clients is having an understanding of the terms to use, the appropriate terms to use when the occasion arises, or being able to interpret your customers' questions and giving them a preferred solutions. Now, when you understand your customers, or when you're able to communicate to your customers through what you understand, we said you are using the terms. Now, most times, how do you gain confidence as a doctor? When you see doctors, let's assume they are not putting on their uniform, they are not putting on their stethoscope, it's not with them, but they are maybe a group of people that are doctors. They're just wearing your normal clothes, not clothes that you wish to identify them as doctor. Now, when you see these people having conversation, how do you know that these people are really doctor? Can somebody give me an idea? How do you know that they are?
They talk in medical language.
You say what?
They talk in medical terminology or medical language.
They communicate, they talk in, they relate in medical languages. So they interact in medical language. Have you been to a function and you realize that some group of people just sat somewhere and they're having conversation? After a while, you'll be able to identify the profession that these people are really into, because once a while or some several occasions, they relate in their terms. So the same thing as a real estate consultant or as a real estate agent, there are terms that you should understand. There are terms that you should be able to communicate with. There are terms that you should familiarize yourself with, so that it can be very easy for you to engage clients or to engage prospects, or to be able to interpret what the prospect or the client is saying. Now, this language that we communicate with is called terminologies. It's called terminologies. The same thing with lawyers. All professions have their own terms. All professions have their own terms. So your ability to understand those terms makes you a professional in that particular field. That is why it will be easy for you to communicate with somebody once you understand those. So it's those things that we'll be looking on for the next 20 minutes to 30 minutes. Those things that we'll be looking on, and let's see, okay, what are these terms and what are they really used for? So those are the things I'm going to mention some, and I'm also going to request for your own contribution also, because like I said, our meetings, our Thursday meetings is more of an interactive sections where we can relate together and get one or two understanding of some things that is very, very essential in our business. Some things that is very, very essential in our business. All right. Now, let's look at some terms that I'll be sharing with us, and let's focus on terms, probably terms that are commonly used in Nigeria. So all those things are very, very important. So some terms that are used in Nigeria, because some of those things we just use them, we don't really understand them. Now, when you hear, have you ever heard of this word tenant house? Have you heard of this word before, called tenant house? Now, can somebody help me out? Have you heard of that word tenant house? If you know you have it, you know it, just raise up your hand. Let me hear. You can raise up your hand. I will mute your mic so that you can give us an answer. I've heard about that word tenant house. So somebody want to help us out? Tenant house. Okay, somebody want to help us out? If you've heard of the word tenant house, let me hear you. Okay, all right. Mrs. Justina, you want to say something? Hello, I hope you are with us. All right. Now, that word tenant house, let's assume somebody just called you, somebody just asked you, I say, will I be able to build tenant house on your land? Or you are having conversation and you say, you cannot build tenant house on that your land. So, and the customer will be asking, does it mean that I can't build a house and I can't build a house on this land and rent it out for people to live? Because when you rent your house out, when people are living there, people that are living there are your tenants. And someone is saying you cannot build tenant house on the plots of land that they are buying. So what do you mean by tenant house? Okay, now one of the terms that people often use is called the tenant house. And when you talk of the tenant house is also being referred to as the face me, I face you apartment. Tenant house is also being referred to as the face me, I face you houses. Normally all these houses that you build the rooms, and the rooms are facing maybe one room or room and parlor, and they are facing each other. In some cases, you can have some of them, you can have between 8 to 12 of it in a plot of land, and all of them maybe four on the left, 4 on the right, or 3 on the left, 3 on the right, or even 6 on the left, 6 on the right. Now, and they are all facing each other. So this is called, they're now sharing one corridor together. Now, this is regarded as tenant house. This is regarded as tenant house. So this is regarded as tenant house. Now, that is one terms that are always being used in the real estate industry. We call it the tenant house. So another one again, can somebody share with me another terminology that is used in the real estate? Hello, can someone share with me? You want to share with me? Okay, what terminologies do you know that are used in the real estate? So, Mr. Julius Folaromi, can we hear you? Julius Folaromi, can we hear you? All of us are going to mention at least one terms that are used in the real estate industry. Okay, Julius Folaromi. You said Julius? Okay, Elizabeth. Okay, Mrs. Mercy. All right, let's hear you.
Bungalow.
Okay, bungalow. Can you explain, yes, because you've just mentioned the word now, bungalow?
Sometimes a client can ask you that I need a land where I can build a bungalow in. Not, okay, you understand, a bungalow means maybe just a building, not statement flat, the way you usually call it.
Okay.
Yes, just like 3-bedroom flat. That's the bungalow. Okay. They're saying 2 bungalow, maybe 2 sets of 2-bedroom flat or 2 sets of 3-bedroom flats. It all depends on the person's space.
Okay. Now, all right. Okay, I get you. Now, when you are talking of bungalow, you are talking of a bungalow could be 3-bedroom, it could be 2-bedroom, it could even be 4-bedroom flat. So houses that doesn't have upstairs, upstairs is called bungalow. So most times houses that does not have upstairs are referred to as a bungalow. So that's a good one, Mrs. Messi. So who else again wants to give us a contribution? Okay, Elizabeth, can I hear you? I am not sure Mr. Julius is in this meeting. I guess he just you just log in and went off. Mrs. Elizabeth, can we hear you? Elizabeth, are you there with us?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, give us the terms that is used.
Okay, like ensuite.
Yeah.
Ensuite.
Ensuite. When they say ensuite, what do they mean by
houses that have that?
Oh, we have lost you. We can't hear you again. I guess your mic is muted. Your mic is muted. Mrs. Elizabeth, we can hear us. Okay.
Hello, sir.
We can hear you.
Okay. I said how that the bedrooms have and bathrooms are called ensuite.
Okay. All right. So houses that when they say all rooms and suites, that means in the building has their complete they have their toilet and bathroom. In some cases, their wardrobe is in all the rooms. Each of the room have their toilet and bathroom. That is why they say it is ensuite. And in some cases, it's going to have their wardrobe. So that's what they mean by what they say ensuite. Then the other area again, let's also ask someone again in the house. I want to call on, okay, Veronica, can we hear you? Veronica Ibod, can we hear you? I guess you're having an issue with your mic. Veronica, are you there? Okay, you want to say something? All right.
Can you hear me, sir?
Yeah, we can hear you now. We can't hear you again. No. Okay, I guess it's a network problem where you have. Now, Madam Justina, you want to help us out? Terminology that are being used in the real estate. Terminologies that are being used in the real estate. Okay, Mrs. Justina. Terminologies that are being used in the real estate. Okay, I guess Mrs. Justina is not with us.
Can I give another one?
Okay, yeah, please go ahead.
Duplex.
Duplex, okay. Duplex. So what do you mean by duplex?
Like a room that has upstairs and a house that has an upstairs.
Okay.
You can have three bedroom flat upstairs and just a room downstairs, something like that.
Okay. So we regard that as bedroom duplex. Okay. So duplex is a flat that can accommodate one family that has some of his room upstairs. Now, is different from block of flats. Block of flats is a building. Block of flats could be a building, an upstairs building that some of the flats are upstairs and some of the flats are downstairs. Duplex are a flat that has some of its room upstairs. So they are regarded as a duplex. So most times when you want to manage a flat, when you want to manage space, you actually make use of the duplex. You actually make use of duplex. You can build a 4-bedroom, even 5-bedroom duplex on a half plot of land. Because in fact, you can even build garage in that kind of building because you are trying to maximize the space that you have so that you can have your rooms upstairs and then you can have your garage downstairs. So you can have maybe 1 or 2 rooms downstairs and the other rooms upstairs, and you still have the space for garage where you can park 1 or 2 cars. So those are the then other areas again that we did not mention. Other terminologies, I think all the focus was actually on the what's it called? On houses. There are so many terminologies that we need to familiarize ourselves with when it comes to the real estate. So some of them, I'm going to mention some of them. Now, we have something like, have you ever heard about the word deeds of assignment? Deeds of assignment. Now, if you have ever heard that word, deed of assignment, because don't be surprised, in some cases, you might come across customers might ask you. Some customers are so crazy. They want to know your strength. They want to know what you actually know before you can even market to them. So they might be asking you that, okay, supposing now you said our property, our estate has survey, it has deed of assignment. Now a client now asks, okay, what do you mean by deed of assignment? Or they might ask you, what document does your property has? And you are saying survey, the deed of assignment, and it's okay. What do you mean by deed of assignment? Now, simply, deed of assignment is a document. It's a document between the buyer and the seller. It's a document between the buyer and the seller. Now, in some cases, you can have agreements with the seller. Now you have an agreement, I have a documentation, I have documentation with the buyer. So you get a deed of agreement when you are making a purchase, or you are finished making purchase of a property, or you have made some purchase of the property. Now, if you have gained full possession of a property, then you have what we call the deeds of assignment. Now, there are various types of deed of assignments. There are various types of deed of assignment. You have the legal deed of assignment. You have the legal deed of assignment and the ordinary deed of assignment. Now, when you have a legal deed or registered deed of assignment, it is called, that means the agreement between you and that customer is registered in the government ministry, in the land, in lands. It is registered in the lands. So that means there's a copy of that document in the hands of the lawyers and in the ministry that regulates properties. Now, in that case, that is legal. That means your agreement is even being sealed by the government. So that means you have taken full possession of the property. Then the ordinary one is the one you have between the owner of the property and yourself. So that is a document called the deed of assignment. The deed of assignment. Exactly. And most times when you want to collect a survey, when you want to collect a C of O for your property, the government will always ask for this deed of assignment. You need it to process your C of O. You need it to process your. So the legal deed of, the deed of assignment is the one that shows the history of that property. Are we together? So it shows the history of that property, how the property is being transferred from one generation to another generation. And most times, when you want to process your CFO, if the name on your deed is different from the name in the computer in the government house, your property, your CFO will not be issued to you. Are we together? All right. So that is one document that is so important that you need to have an understanding of. So it is called the deed of assignment. So it's a term that is often used in the real estate industry. It's a term. Now, another one again that we normally use, and I'm not sure that if I ask you this one, majority of us will know it. Now, when you hear about the word inspection, now, what does that mean? Let somebody help me in the house. Inspection, what does that mean? So you can unmute your mic and answer that question.
Hello?
Hello, I'm with you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Inspection is going to check the property the land that you want to acquire.
Okay.
To know if it's what you actually want to acquire or not.
Okay. All right. So that is just it. Inspection simply means, it's a terms. So I want to go for inspection. Simply means going to check out the property you want to buy. And to know whether you take your buying decision or not, and also taking clients to check property. Now, that is another term that is being used in the real estate industry. If you really want to build wealth in real estate, you should be ready to take as much people as possible for inspection, to check out property often. In fact, there is what we call inspector. So who is an inspector? Let me ask us again, who is an inspector? We have inspection and we also have inspector. Who is an inspector? Somebody wants to help me out. Who is an inspector? Hello, Mrs. Asemota. Who is an inspector? These are things that you often come across. Who is an inspector?
Is the client.
You said?
Okay, let me go. The inspector is the client.
The buyer.
Okay, good. So give yourself a round of applause. The inspector is the buyer, the client. So when you want to go for an inspection and they tell you, please come with the inspector, you should know what they are referring to. Or make sure you show the inspector everything make sure you tell the inspector everything that they need to know, or show them around so that they can be sure of buying. So they're actually referring to the client or the buyer. So, and in some cases, it could be the representative of the buyer. So that are the people that we call the inspector. All right. Now, you might also be hearing about titles. Titles. Another word again that is common in the real estate industry is the title. They say title. So when somebody says, I thought they will ask you, what title does that property has? What title does it have? What title does that property have? Now, when somebody is asking you title, what is that word title? What does it mean? Somebody want to help me again? The word title, you can see that we are more of an interactive section.
The document on the property.
You said?
The document on the property.
Okay, all right. So
the document on the property.
The document on the property. So that is just it. When they are referring to what title does this property has, it means what document is on the property. So your property could be a freehold. Freehold means it doesn't have any document and it is not under acquisition. So that is what we call freehold. Now, we also have some other documents again, like your gazette, your CFO, your governor's consent. You also have they're also resident of occupancy, the RFO, and so many others. So you also have your registered survey and so many others. So these are titles on a property. They are titles on a property. You also have the excision and others. So they are titles on the property. So most times, they are the official government, they are the official documents given allotted to a particular property. It could be by government or the property owners giving you document to protect your property or to formalize your other documents in from the government. So we have that. Another one again is there's something we normally call land value. Land value. So if you have ever heard the word land value, can somebody give me the meaning of that word, land value? Land value. Somebody want to help me out? All right. Now, when you're talking about land value, you're actually referring to, okay, you want to help me out. All right. Let me hear you. Mr. Simmons, I thought you want to say something. Land value. All right. So when we're talking about the land value, we're actually referring to, when we're talking about the land value, we are actually referring to the value placed on the property. That means the price placed on a property. So that means the worth of that property is referred to as a value. So when they ask you, okay, what's the value of that land or what's the land value for that property, they're actually asking you what is the price, so that you'll not be saying, the land value is growing small, or the land, you don't know the value. So it's actually being referred to as the price. They say, wow, that land value is about 400 million. That means they are telling you about the price of the land itself. It's about 400 million. Probably by next year, the land value might be 20 million. So that means by next year, the price of that land might increase to 20 million. So that's what they're actually referring to as land value. Then another word again that is used in the real estate industry is eviction. Eviction. Now, when you hear about eviction, what do they mean? So eviction. What do they mean by eviction? The word evict is a general term that is being used. So eviction, what does that mean? Okay.
Drive away.
You say?
Drive away.
Drive away. All right. So you are doing well. You are doing well. You are doing well. Now, that is just it. When we talk of evictions, it means you are ejecting someone out of a property. That is why it is called eviction. Maybe somebody bought a property and he has refused. Maybe for example, now somebody has a property and that property has a court case, and unfortunately, it lost the court case. The next thing is that there will be a way it will be evicted out of that property. Or probably it has a paying for a property and there's an agreement that you have to pay this amount, and probably it has been given allocation to make use of the property, and it has been also been given stipulated time to complete his payment, and he did not complete his payment, and the time has elapsed. Rather, is taking his time to build on the property. Now, the owner of the property, the rightful owner of the property, has the right or the power of attorney to evict whoever is on the property. To evict whoever is on the property. So that is why we call the eviction. That is why it is called the eviction, ejecting you out of a property that you think you own or that you have not fully taken possession of. So that is what we call the eviction. All right. We're going to continue on these terms again as from next week again. By next week, we're going to continue on this. For this week, we're going to stop here. Exactly. So we're going to stop here so that we can have time to just discuss on this, because we have to leave this meeting before 1 p.m. So we have to exit before 1 p.m. Like I said, in case you miss these meetings and then you are online, in case you miss this meeting, you can always go to the YouTube. Just Google real estate, Pillarcom Real Estate seminar. It's going to pop up for you, and you can listen to watch the video again so that you can be carried along. All right, so we're going to stop here. If you have been able to gain, if you've gained one or two things in today's meeting, just type 1 on the chat box. If you've gained one or two things in today's meeting, just type 1 on the chat box. So you can type 1 on the chat box. So as an evidence that you've gained something in today's meeting. All right. So so we may not, none of us gain something. Okay, I can see Mrs. Justina. All right, Mrs. Mercy. Okay, so I can please. I can see a mic, a phone. Pillarcom, please. Can that person unmute the phone and let me know who is that Pillarcom? Which of the center is that? Is it at Igondo or at Ikorodu? Somebody are logged in with Pillarcom. All right, so good one. Pillarcom, let me see whose phone is that one. All right. Okay, so okay. It's nice having us online today. We, like I said, we are going. It's nice having us online. So briefly before we wrap up for today's meeting, I just want to bring to our notice that we have less than a month for our anniversary, 1 year anniversary. Today is 11. Today is 11. I mean, today is 10. I mean to say today is 10. So we have exactly 1 month for our anniversary, 1 year anniversary. So by December 10, we are having our anniversary. So make it a date and be part of that anniversary. Make it a date and be part of that anniversary. It is coming up December 10. I'm sure. Do I have anybody here in the house that doesn't know the location? I don't know the address where this thing is taking place. Mrs. Asemota, do you know the address? The address of the place that is taking place. Mrs. Asemota, can you hear us? Okay, all right. Okay, so our anniversary is coming up by December 10. So please make it a date and be part of that anniversary. So for those of us that are still having Daystar is taking place in Daystar Transit Building. There's a hall behind the main auditorium. There's a hall behind the main auditorium. So that is where we'll be having that event, and it's going to be explosive. It's going to be loads of fun, and it's going to be an interesting event to participate in. So please make it a date and be part of that event. And don't just come alone. Don't just come alone. Make sure you invited somebody to be part of that meeting, because the reason why we organize that program is for you to close deals. It's for you to close deals, not for us to come and be looking at your face. So if you are just coming and you are coming alone, you are not doing yourself any good at all. You are not doing yourself any good at all if you come alone, because we will be exhibiting some promos, and then if you come alone, you likely be missing out of that promo. So that is why you try to invite people to be part of that event. It is very, very important. Then, by the grace of God, like I said, we're also going to be doing some raffle draws. We're going to be doing raffle draws. Please, we are not Father Christmas. Let me be sincere to you guys. We are not Father Christmas. If you do not close deals, you do not invite people, you might not participate in the raffle draw. If you do not close deals or you do not invite people, you might not participate in the raffle draw. I mean what I'm saying, because we are not for that Christmas. We've done a lot of improvement on our solution so that those that are really working are rewarded. They are rewarded. They are rewarded. So we'll be having a raffle draw, and if you do not sell your tickets, you do not sell tickets to invite people to be part of that program, please, you may not participate in the raffle draw. I must be sincere to you. So you can also communicate this to others so that they will say, this man is not being fair with us. It is not for you to just come and sit down and be bench warm. We don't encourage that. We don't. So we will give room for those that work and those that are working. So if your own is just to come and sit down and come and watch, you might not participate in our raffle draw. So the raffle draw will be solely for those that are inviting people to be part of that event. So try as much as possible to sell your own tickets and also be part of that raffle draw, because it's very important for us to also have people to be part of the program. We are looking at 10 plots of land that we want to use as raffle draw. So we are looking at 10 plots that we want to use as raffle draw. And our raffle draw, it's you win, I win. So whoever that you invited, if they win, you automatically win. Exactly. So we might not be giving, we might be doing more of gift items. We'll be doing more of gift items for the raffle draw. So we might be doing more of gift items for the raffle draw while we do plots of land, more of plots of land for those that have made commitments. So we do more of plots of land for those that have made commitment. It could be very little commitment. For example, now somebody can make commitment for a plot of land, and he ends up winning quarter. That means the cost of that quarter plot of land will be removed from his property sales, from his properties. So that means you just be paying for 3/4. So that is it. Then is also an advantage for you, because the one is paying for you actually be getting commission out of it. And the same time again, because he has 1/4, automatically you have also won a quarter plot for yourself. All right. So we are also creating some awareness, because we know that we are using Daystar, and because we are using Daystar, we are leveraging on the traffic in that area. I think last Sunday, some people were just on ground to invite. Daystar has over 10,000 church members, and we are doing this program in one of their halls that will just contain 200 people. So smart people can just use the opportunity. If you have that spare time on Sunday, you can take advantage of that. Maybe in one of the services, you can worship with them, or use the opportunity to invite people to be part of that event. It could be Saturday, it could be Sunday. You can use that mostly Sundays to invite people for that event, so that you too can close deals. I think, do I have any question from here? I would like us to, do we have any question? Any question I want to ask? Any question? Any question? All right. So in the absence of no question, I also need to bring to your notice the ongoing promo, which is 1,000 naira that we are currently selling. The ongoing 1,000 naira promo plot of land that we are already selling. So let me quickly see my, okay. So the ongoing promo of the plot of land. Now we have it because like I said, we're already making plans for a vacation at Ghana. So we're already making plans for Ghana vacation. And there's nothing wrong in you also being part of that vacation. So, and we have set target for ourselves that if you want to be part of that trip, all you need to do is to make a sale up to 2 million naira. So when you make a sale up to 2 million naira, you automatically qualify to be part of that, of the vacation. So that means you also want to be part of the vacation. Just close deals of up to 2 million naira between now and December. Now, easy for you is to put 4 of our estates in a crazy promo. In a crazy promo. When I mean crazy promo, I mean crazy promo. Now, that means somebody can actually be paying 1,000 naira every day. You can be paying 1,000 naira every day to own a plot of land. So you can be paying 1,000 naira every day to own a plot of land. So, or you can pay 7,000 naira every week. And the property itself is just 730,000 naira for 2 years. 2 years. We only reserve 100 plots across all our estates. 100 plots across all our estates, so that once we finish selling that plot, there's no more available for such promo again. Now, because what we are doing is that if you are so serious, you can actually close these deals and be part of that train that will be going for vacation in Ghana. Are we together? So you can actually close these deals and be part of that team that will be going for vacation in Ghana. So are we together? So somebody can try to pay outright, which is 600,000, or he pays instrumentally, which is 730,000 naira. Now, immediately we finish selling these ones, the prices will be reviewed, and they have opportunity to buy 5 and get 1 for free. So this is the ongoing promo that we have currently. So you can take advantage of it to sell to others. Then one other thing again that we have commenced. One other thing again that we have commenced is buy to resell. Buy to resell. So we are gradually closing our investment program. Like I told us, our investment program is not forever. So rather, it's an investment also, it's a mode of investment. But since we are not an investment company, we don't need to dwell so long on investment. So, but what we have done is to give people the opportunity to still invest in real estate. That means people can still invest in real estate. People can still invest in real estate. Now, here we are. Are we together? Hello, are we together? Hello? Hello, can you hear me? Can anybody hear me there?
Yes, we can hear you.
We can hear you, sir.
Okay, so we have the buy to resell. So what we have done is to give people the opportunity to still invest in real estate. So that means you can invest in real estate with returns on investment up to 65%, up to 65% for 2 years, up to 65% for 2 years. So what that means is that you can buy from us and we buy it back from you, guaranteed. So when you buy from us, we buy it back from you after a period of time. So we have the 6 months, the 12 months, the 18 months, and the 24 months. So and we also have some properties that we have listed in this category. We have the Ekpe, we have the Bejuleki, we also have the Igondo. So somebody can buy from Igondo and sell it back to us after 2 years for 825,000 naira. So the same thing, you can buy a 600 square meter for 2 million and sell it back to us for 3.3 million. So that is the beauty of that program that is ongoing. So you can take advantage of it also to sell to customers while they buy. We also buy it back from them after. So it's a way of helping them to grow their income, taking stress away from them as they invest in real estate. So they can buy it. I can buy it and keep it, or buy it and resell it to us. So that is the advantage of buy to resell program that we are currently running. So I guess any question from here? Any questions so that we can close for the day? Do we have any question? All right. So in the absence of no question, so quickly, Mrs. Veronica, if you can hear me there, okay. So in the absence of no question, I'm going to share today's code with you. Now, please, I hope you want to tell us this. We are taking steps. To ensure that
I've not been able to load my code. Sorry, I've not been loading code.
You've not been loading your code. Why? Why didn't you load it? What could be the reason?
I tried loading it. I don't even know what happened. I've been down a while. So maybe it's because of I don't even know. I tried loading, I'm not even getting any what is happening. Okay, what error were you having? Did it show you any error? I can't speak at the moment. Maybe
okay, all right. What you do now, immediately after today's meeting, try and load the one that is given to you today. So if you cannot load it, let us know. So someone can assist you to get it done.
I was loading it before. I don't know what happened.
Okay. So just try and see if you can load today's one. So if you cannot, let us know. Someone will assist you to do it. All right. So I'm dropping the code on the chat box. I'm dropping the code on the chat box now, so you can pick it up from there. You can pick up the code from the chat box there. So I have it on the chat box, so you can pick it up if you're having issue loading it. Then aside this one, the system also sends to our mobile phone. If the system does not send to your mobile phone, please, that means in your profile page, you have not included your phone number. There's a place in your profile page. Just go to your page, click on edit, click on your name at the top, then click on profile. You will see profile. After you click on profile, you will see edit profile. Edit profile will open a dialog box for you where you put your phone number and your account details. Exactly. So if you have any benefit to enjoy on this platform, if your account detail is not there, you may not be able to receive that financial benefit. So also take note. And the same thing is your phone number. So it's for communication purpose. All right. So we're going to stop here for today. And we're going to see again next week, Thursday. Thank you for being part of today's meeting.
Thank you.